Oh, yeah, we're live. ESN. Hey, everybody. Rex Bear. How the heck are you? This is your channel for rapid fire news because your time is extremely important. So let's just get into it right now, shall we? Today's breaking headlines: the Federal Reserve cuts interest rates again. The United States seizes Venezuelan oil tanker. Tensions escalate. New congressional bills would put the U.S. out of NATO. Zelenskyy pushes wartime elections. Child malnutrition crisis in Gaza. UAE-backed forces seize southern Yemen. Australia bans social media for under 16-year-old users. SpaceX IPO rumors hit 1.7 trillion valuation. Evoke stock surges after restructuring announcement, and the Panama Canal enters new strategic phase. Also, Japan has issued a Megaquake warning following the 7.5 magnitude event. Yeah, pretty wild. So let's get into this real quick. Rapid fire. The Federal Reserve cuts interest rates for the third time this year. Markets jump, but insiders say this is the deepest internal split inside the Fed in decades. Venezuela flashpoint. President Trump announces the U.S. has seized a Venezuelan oil tanker. Tensions spike. Analysts warn the next moves could define U.S.-Venezuela relations for a generation. Yeah, like we might actually go into Venezuela on the ground. Currently, right now, we have a no-fly zone in Venezuela, over 10,000 troops, a plethora of arsenal and equipment and military ships. Also, in other news, NATO. 2 new bills, one in the House, one in the Senate, would force the United States to withdraw from NATO and end all funding for the alliance. Thomas Massey's H.R. 6508 and Mike Lee's S2174 argue NATO is a Cold War relic and that Europe must defend itself. If passed, it would be the biggest shift in U.S. foreign policy in 75 years. Europe's on edge after Trump calls Europe weak and decaying, and Zelenskyy says he's ready for wartime elections within 3 months, but only if Ukraine parliament and allies support the plan. Child malnutrition in Gaza surges as ceasefire talks stall. Hamas demands open borders and an end to military operations before the next negotiation round. In Yemen, UAE-backed forces seize control of southern Yemen. A new proxy conflict could be brewing in the Middle East. How about Australia? There's a new social media ban. I think it's about time. This is actually, I think, a good idea. This is my opinion, but I think this is great. Australia becomes the first nation to ban social media accounts for users under 16. 10 major platforms affected. Global governments take notice. They're like, go out and do something. Get some fresh air. SpaceX mega valuation. SpaceX prepares for a historic IPO with estimates north of 1.7 trillion, possibly the largest IPO ever. In the United Kingdom, there's a market shakeup. Gambling giant Evoke announces a possible breakup. Shares skyrocket 14%. Massive shifts hitting the UK business sector. What's going on in the Panama Canal? Well, with tensions rising globally, U.S. naval and strategic focus around the Panama Canal intensifies. Analysts say this could mark a new Western Hemisphere defense posture. Might have something to do with why we have so many troops in and around the Caribbean and Venezuela right now. Maybe a future conflict with China and the CCP, potentially. Let's hope not. Check this out. In Japan, after the recent 7.5 magnitude earthquake, Japan's meteorological agency warns of the possibility of a megaquake in the coming weeks, citing aftershock patterns, trench stress, and energy accumulation along the Nankai Trough. Residents in several prefectures advised to review evacuation plans, global tsunami monitoring systems on heightened watch. Well, let's hope that we don't have another Fukushima-like event. There's dozens of nuclear reactors in Japan, close to the coast. Thank you for watching. Hit the bell for all notifications. This is ESN IC News. Fast, clear, unfiltered, rapid fire. Be aware, be prepared, and stay informed. More breaking updates coming soon. Thank you for watching.